Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another podcast. This is of the sequel, the only good sequel in this franchise so far, and that is Transporter 2. One hell of a ride indeed. ABC Radio Network. The best in the business is back in the game, and this movie is shorter than the original. It's 87 minutes long. I know there's an unrated cut. Hey, Milos, that's a little bit longer, but we're doing the theatrical cut that's released in the States. This one has a lot more sexier women too. I mean, no Asian girl this time, but we got some gorgeous white women in this one. We got Amber Valletta and Kate. Nauta. Yeah, she's the sexy chick with the eyeshadow and the lesbian haircut. Okay, let's get started. This movie is short, so let's get started. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in years. I saw this in college back in the 2010s. I was bored and I was just watching this. Statham. Yep, again. See, movies don't need to be 3 hours long. None of these movies are over 2 hours, like the John Wick sequels or Matrix or something like that. No, you can make it short. It's better for the movies. And Josh says Amber Valletta should stick to modeling and not acting. I disagree. I think she should do another film. Jason Fleming, I think he plays a Russian here. I think so. Transporter 2. Because I saw 3 and it was awful. The editing is atrocious. This one was directed by Louis Leterrier, the same guy that just did Fast and the Furious X. Fast X. And none of these movies cost $200 million. You don't need it. It's not necessary. I don't want the movie to look cheap, but I don't want it to look like a video game cutscene where there's so much CGI. It just, where's the controller? Hello. This movie proves that you can make a good sequel like Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, this movie's a lot shorter than Top Gun Maverick. And this one, yes, black guy steal his car. Again, guys, this movie was made in 2005. Yeah, I love how Jason Statham is a gentleman when he fights. Is that Anna Lynn McCord? I think Lynn McCord. I think that's her. Awesome. I think that is her. Let me see. She's cute. Yeah, that is Anna. Yeah, the carjacking girl. That's Anna Lynn McCord. Yeah, I seen her in some Hallmark movies, and she was in, I think, one of those teen dramas on the CW. If this scene was done today, these black guys will be the heroes of the movie, because everything now has to be diverse, whether we like it or not. Yeah, this one is not in France this time. Which is fine with me, because yeah, he's in Miami, Florida this time, which is good because you don't need to be in the same movie or the same place twice. I like the fact that the movie is different than the first one. It's not a copy of the first one. It's shorter too, which is great. Sometimes sequels are way longer. Francois Berliand, he's back. And there's kids in this movie. There weren't a lot of kids in France in the first film. Have I mentioned that Statham's voice is bad ace? It really is. Because I talk like this. Yeah, I'm shocked this guy's never done a Harry Potter movie or Fantastic Beasts or something like that because his voice is just so awesome. It's so manly, you know? We don't have that anymore. Now guys sound like a bunch of freaks when they're effeminate like this. I'm sorry, I don't talk like a Ken doll. I'm not a Ken doll. I'm not a nine binary. I'm a man. A I'm a healthy heterosexual man. That's why I didn't go see Barbie because I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I don't collect on Corey Yun. Yeah, he did the martial arts scenes in this one. This is a real movie, a manly movie that's under 2 hours. Nolan. So cute. I forgot Anna was in this movie for like one scene, but it was a cool cameo, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's like 2 minutes, and then she's gone. See, you don't have to make a movie too long. This movie would be painful if it was 2.5 hours. Some films just don't know when to end. That's my problem. Even Mission Impossible, I'm like, if it was 2 hours and you trim the fat and you cut Kaylee out of the movie, it was just one scene with her. I could have said it was one of the best films of the year, at least in my top three. But it can't beat Mario. Mario's still the one to beat for me. And Lynn McCord was so gorgeous in the movie that I wanted to meet her at Comic Con. I hope she does go one day, not this year, but maybe next year. Anybody can go. There's Amber. Oh, she is so gorgeous. You know, Josh, she looks like a she looks like a model version of Amanda Peet. Yeah, and Stana Katic. I'm like, I just love her essence. Matthew Modine. Why is he in this movie? I don't know. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And I was like, oh, she'll never do another film. She did The Spy Next Door. That was fun. Mm, gorgeous, gorgeous woman. I know Star Wars fans are toxic. Amber Valletta also did a movie called Gamer. I recommend it because you see her in this orange wig and these tight shorts. I'm like, ugh. I like women that, act like women. They're not trying to hide who they are. You don't need to hide. Why hide something that you have? Those beautiful green eyes of hers. Absolutely beautiful, man. I think she was at the Oscars like last year, right? I've seen I've seen models who couldn't act. She's not one of them. She actually can. Her and Scarlett Johansson, who was a model first. If I was married to you, I would treat you like you're the Queen of England. Seriously. I do not treat a woman like this. I mean, that's why Ariana Grande got divorced, because these guys don't know what they got. If I had her, I would never let her go. I'm like, you are too cute for me to say goodbye. Remember, fellas, all you single guys out there, a note of advice: if you get married, it's not a part-time job; it's a full-time commitment, not part-time. Just remember that. Uh-oh, they're tracking them. They bugged them. This movie also looks amazing, just like the first one. Also, note to self: people, stop smoking weed on the beach. I don't want to smell your fumes, okay? I don't want to be high as a kite when I'm watching Mario, because when I was watching Mario before it started, people were smoking weed on the beach. I don't like drugs. I don't smoke that weed trees. Oh man, God, that pose. That is not a coincidence. She's bending over. I'm like, again, we're guys. We know what we like, and when we're not gay, we like to look at things. We like to see beautiful art, if you will. Mm, you're yummy, very very yummy. Hold on, go throw this away. Keep talking, Statham. Yeah, the movie still looks amazing. The Terrier knows how to shoot a movie. That's one thing about Fast X. That's not a problem. The film is shot confidently. Yeah, I just miss when movies were 90 minutes or at least an hour and 40 minutes. Being over 2 hours, it shouldn't be warranted in an action movie when you're gonna have like 30 minutes of exposition about the villain. I don't care about the villain. I saw some people smoking weed whenever I go to the beach. Why? It's not necessary. Hey, look, now we're in a ninja movie. Yeah, it's just it's like it's not necessary. I don't want to damage my brain. That's why I don't smoke anything. I don't smoke. I don't vape. I don't puff and puff on weed. This movie was originally probably going to get an R rating because it's very risque. There's like partial nudity in this movie, and unlike Oppenheimer, yeah, look at this girl. Oh my god. Yes, I know Jason Fleming. All the guys are looking at her. This guy, yeah, there she is. There's Kate Nada. Oh my god, she looks like a Victoria's Secret model. Her haircut is a little bit. It's like Captain Marvel's in Endgame at the end, but damn, man, damn. Yeah, these women are just absolutely scrumptious. This villain, he looks like Hiram from Riverdale because of the hair. Yeah, that was cool. Who is this guy? Let me see. I forgot who he was. I remember Kay Nada. Her entrance is memorable. And when how does she how long does it take to see her? 13 minutes, not an hour and a half or 2 hours. Wakanda forever. 13 minutes. That is mercy. Let me see. The villain is Alessandro Gasman. I've never heard of him. Gasman. He he's from Rome, Italy. Oh, he's an Italian. Okay. Yeah, he's an Italian, like the Mario brothers. Yeah, love that movie so much. Mm-hmm. Like, um, I, I know I say that a lot, guys, but again, I'm heterosexual, and this is like therapy for someone like me after what I've been through. 3.5 years in a basement with no women. What do you think that's going to do to you? It's like guys that go to the military and don't see a woman. You are so female. I just want to hold a woman. I haven't done that since April. Yeah, When I was the Easter Bunny, a woman sat on my lap. I was so turned on by that. I didn't know that was going to happen. It was very spontaneous. Where's my water? Drink some water right here. You really are a female, man. Because I touched Rachel Lee Cook's hand, and it was very soft and friendly. It was a friendly hand. Every time I go to one of these conventions, these women they know how turned on I am. Whether you can see it on my face. When I met Amy Jo Johnson at Comic-Con 4 years ago, yeah, she saw my face and I was like, oh, I just wanted to wag my tongue like a dog. There's Kate, and these women do good performances. It's not like they're just they're just hot. They're actually capable in the movie. Not Oscar worthy, but capable. That's all I want in an action film. I started having interest in girls when I was 4. Yeah, pretty much me too. When I went to school, I first saw for my first blonde girl, I was hooked, man. You know what she looks like? She looks like Mila Jovovich. Yeah. Gorgeous eyes, man. I just prefer my women American. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Again, this probably was going to get an R rating because there's a scene that's longer where there's blood and yeah. Girls is just softer, and I like them better. I do. There's no that was never a mystery. If people thought that I was gay, I'm like, because I do jazz hands and I've done musicals in college. No, I'm not. I want to procreate one day or adopt a child with a beautiful woman. Something that some people can't do. I haven't seen Kate Nara in something in a while. I would love to see her again. Why isn't she in a John Wick movie? Make her a villain in Ballerina or something. I would love that. Because Anna de Armas has to have some opposition in the movie. But Ballerina, Len Wiseman, please. Please, please, please. Don't make it 3 hours. Again, why is a British guy doing a Russian accent? I have no idea. It sounds cartoonish. Well, not as cartoonish as Elena, but still. Privacy. It's privacy, not privacy. David Harbour, his first of all, they would go to prison for impersonating a doctor, and they have a kid. Good to see you again, man. There's Francois Berlion. He's good in the movie. See, he doesn't do any action, but he's kind of a nice, side character for Frank. Yep, I do see that. Well, let me see the last movie Kate Nara did because, man, I miss her. I hope she's still alive. I got to post pictures of her, but she's a fashion model, yeah. She's 41 years old now. Nice. She's also a singer. She previously used the name Katie. Yeah, she's from Salem, Oregon. Damn, you're a fine chick. Yeah, she was an Avalanche Shark. Yeah, I would like to see that. Yeah, she was the last girl I cared about in this franchise because the next one was that Russian girl with the freckles. She's cute, but she's not. She's just annoying. Oh, she did A Final Promise was her last movie. 37. A Final Promise. I wish she would do another movie. I would love to see her in one. A rocker makes a pact to kill himself on his 37th birthday, 12 weeks before the release of his final album. At the end of his days, falls in love with a woman who has a dark secret of her own. Trisha Helfer's in that movie. I like her. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I want to go back and watch some of her films that I missed. Yes, sir. Yes, baby. Yeah, she was Tatiana in the game plan. I remember that's the last thing I saw her in. She looks like a Tatiana. Movies nowadays have to have British people faking an accent. Yeah, and it takes me out of the movie. They didn't even do that in Mission Impossible. That's not the problem. It's just I don't care about Haley. I don't want to look at her. There's nothing to look at there. I don't like her accent. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't emote. She's just a blank face for the whole movie. Even when she's scared, she looks like just blah, you know? That's flammable. I would love to meet her. Kate Nada, if she did like a Victoria's Secret fashion show in New York City, I would love that. I'd be like, I whistle sometimes. So what, guys? It's called freedom of expression. I have that. It's something a lot of people are afraid to do because, oh, feminists and all that. I don't care about your feminism. I care about you being female, not your agendas, Barbie. Damn, that's just near perfection, guys. I don't think I've seen Avalanche Shark. Hmm. Because Giselle Bundchen, there's a reason she doesn't act anymore because she's not an actress. Kate, at least she's done films that I liked her in, and also Amber Valletta as well, Gamer and The Spy Next Door. Hmm. And they put a kid in peril, like in Shoot 'Em Up, that he's protecting a baby, a little boy, because the mom died, and so he couldn't be breastfed, so he gave the baby to the gorgeous Monica Bellucci. Hmm. Hey, she's a mom. She's procreated, and she's a beautiful. Hey, Spidey. Oh yeah, thanks. It's a Great Wolf Lodge T-shirt of Star Wars, but it's not that Disney crap. No, this is the real deal, the original New Hope. It's may the Force be with you, Forest. And I'm wearing my Marvel hat because I wore my Guardians 3 hat yesterday at the beach. Got sand everywhere. And again, Statham is still awesome in this movie. When they replaced him in 4, yeah, I know it won't be the same. Mm. That was probably going to be Mila Jovovich, but she was doing her third Resident Evil movie by 2005. It was Age of what was it? It not Age of Extinction, just Extinction. Yeah, that came out around that time. And mm, mm, an ass shot. Of course, you have to have that because again, that's women are gorgeous, guys. Stop trying to make that a bad thing. Men that went to go see Barbie, they were there to flaunt at Margot Robbie's gorgeous body. What I mean, well, her body. It's not for me, but they went to see that. What do you think they went to see the movie for? It wasn't for the plot. What plot? It's a toy. Jason Statham, best action hero of all time, one of the best, definitely. One of the one of the only British men that can be in an action movie, and I take him seriously. Even in Spy, I thought he was good in that. That's an action comedy. This movie looks great, man. I don't know why I haven't seen this movie. I haven't seen this movie in years. Kate never changed. You're a beautiful woman. You're always going to be a beautiful woman, even when you retire from the runway. You be you. Don't ever change who you are. Stay a woman because you're going to be more desirable than being any man or trans or anything. No, not for me. Like Mario, I'm into girls. Look at behind me. Hmm. The villain is okay, but he's not great. But he's not annoying. He's not screaming half his dialogue. There's the crotch shot, of course, because damn, Louis Terrier. Yeah, she has those high heels. Yeah, stilettos. Mm. If people saw this character now, they would think she's a lesbian. I'm like, nope, she's not a lesbian. The haircut she could have had long hair, but oh yeah. I think that kid's Italian too because he's tan. I think she has a kid. Mm. If Harley Quinn looked like that in Joker 2, I would be so turned on. And it's Lady Gaga, who I think is a bit more attractive woman than Margot, in my opinion. Because she's Italian too, and she can sing. And she has a big nose, which is a big win for me. Yes, I know she's bisexual, but again, we can't all not all the not we can't all be winners. Nobody's perfect. It is what it is. I mean, Miley is what, pansexual? That's not even a real thing. I'm into everything. I will have sex with anything. No, you won't. You won't do inanimate objects or plants because they don't have sex organs. Let me see if Kate had any kids or something because she's rocking, man. Some models have children. Yeah, I think she has a daughter. I think she has a daughter. Does she have? Because she has an Instagram picture with a daughter. Currency, she also designs houses for her husband. She's. I think she has a kid that's blonde, a little girl. Transporter 4 is like if people made a Mission Impossible movie without Tom Cruise, which defeats the purpose. Yeah, it defies gravity. In that movie, I saw a clip. He gets on a speedboat on land, which is impossible because that speedboats, once you hit the ground, they stop. They just they crash. He gets on a speedboat and jumps like he's in the Matrix and crashes through a car. I'm like, that is ridiculous. That's a cartoon. Seriously, they thought that was going to make a lot of money. That movie where Frank could fly now? No, that was stupid. Plus, it was years after part 3. And this was fun. Rewatching these movies, and unlike Indiana Jones or the Matrix sequels or something like that, it's short. You don't need to extend yourself, guys. Matrix Reloaded is a found movie, but it could have been shorter. That orgy scene and with the rave, that could have been cut out. It's not needed. It just is there to stall for time. Yeah, that is stupid. He flies the car into a thing, but again, this looks realistic compared to Fast and the Furious. They could just jump through buildings and they're fine because the laws of physics do not apply in that movie at all since part 6. What she does here, Josh, if Karen did something like this, I would love her forever. Okay, that was a dated CGI. This is the scene about 30 minutes in. Yep, a car is. He was drinking. The car was going through buildings, like the middle of the crack of the building. That's funny, man. Yes, it's ridiculous, but again, there's Keith David, great actor. Mm-hmm. Because Matthew Modine, he didn't need to be in this. He didn't need to be in this movie, and he also didn't need to be in The Dark Knight Rises. And these guys are aging like they're not aging like fine wine. They're aging. They go from like 50 to like 90 in a year. They go from hair like this to white hair. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna shave my head. I'd rather be bald than look like I'm 90. Oh, that's his son. Okay. The little boy with Frank is his son, Matthew Modine's son. This is the scene, Josh. Yeah, yeah. You see the scene? I'm telling you, you're gonna be aroused for days. Yep, this is the scene, and it was not cut. Here it is. Yes. Yes. To you too. 31 minutes into the movie. Ugh. God, you're so sexy. Oh my God. Yeah, she's like that's like the Catwoman scene in the Catwoman movie done better with that. That makes sense because women are just so sexual. And again, doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. You're not going to see a scene like that in Barbie or Oppenheimer. Oh, look, Florence's breasts. I don't care. I don't like her body. It's too whittle for me. She looks like a 16-year-old girl. Yes, it says partial nudity, yeah, and sexual content. Hey, I'm not complaining about it. At least it's part of the plot. Mm. Kate Nauta is just she oozes a sexuality that just like, oh my God, yeah. It steps on the faces of freaking SJWs everywhere. It does. We get it. Women should get paid equally for the same amount of work that men do. I want that. I hell get paid them more because they procreate. If it was me, they would get paid more than me. I don't have an ego like that. If they're a hardworking, female that's a mom, yeah, give it to them. Why not? Hmm. Unlike the hobo, Kay Naughton was sexy, yeah. And is she like packing? Is she like as big as like Madeline Petch? No, but she's still female. Even with the even with that short hair, her and Amber Valletta just they're gorgeous. I can't stop looking at them, and they just ooze being a female. They're not trying to hide it. I don't want them to hide it. Wow, what a waste of a good cell phone. She's so good, man. I don't. Yeah, I'm shocked he hasn't played Batman yet. If he wasn't British, he probably would have been Batman in another universe because he has that voice, and it's not. That's really how Statham talks. It's not faking a voice like Bale. Yeah, I know what I like. Granted, she's a little bit tall for me. She's 5'9" because she's almost a giant, but she's still, it's like Gal Gadot. You see her, and I'm like, yeah. Again, I'm motorboating in my head. Yeah, he's Italian, all right. He looks Italian. And I just saw the Mario Brothers movie, and I love it. I still love it. Every time I see it, it just makes me feel good. It's the ecstasy of cinema this year because it's so colorful and so fun and so energetic and exhilarating that I feel great when it's over. I'm like, I can't wait to see another movie like that. It's lightning in the bottle, the lightning in the bottle of 2023. Hopefully, there'll be an action movie like this that's also enjoyable. And they're like, but women can't be slutty this year. I know Josh is going to say that. Yeah, some of the CG is a bit dated in this movie. Again, it came out in 2005. The MCU wasn't even around yet. We only had movies like Fantastic Four and the first two Raimi films and the first two X-Men films and that stupid Hulk movie and Daredevil. Like, women can't wear lingerie in a movie, really. So Gal doing Keeping Up with the Joneses would get canceled today. Also, in this movie, Frank Martin is not as rough as he was in the first movie. They softened him up a little bit, but he's still a fighter. Because in the first movie, he was manhandling that woman, a little bit, not hurting her, just, the cops. Because in Star Wars, they haven't given me, other than the Mandalorian, most of the women in these Star Wars movies or shows are just barely they don't show anything. I'm like, I want to see something. Stop teasing me. Stop letting Kathleen Kennedy rule you. They're like, Kathleen Kennedy's no man is ever going to pleasure themselves to this women. You'd be surprised. This movie didn't have much scenes like Solo. No, Solo was boring. It's an hour longer than this movie. I went to Miami Beach. It's overrated. It was too crowded and it was just kind of dull. I prefer Coney Island. At least I could look at the rides there. Yes, this movie it has an F-bomb of 37 minutes. This movie never gets boring. Even the first one is not. It's not till we get to 3 that it takes it. The movie, the franchise really took a bullet in the head. Because I'm like, yeah, it was awful because the editing is atrocious in 3. That's one of the biggest problems. Statham is not the problem with that movie. He's awesome. Some of the action, when I can see it, is okay, but it's just not as good as the first two. You're so emotional, you little flower. Just like the Asian girl in the first movie. Yeah, I treat every woman like a queen. They know that. If I don't like them, I won't even go near them. Just saying, like when Erin Richards was at a convention. Tarconi, that's his name, yeah. Yeah, it's just Southern people. It is Florida. Yeah, what French man is living in Miami, Florida? Not really a lot of French people there. Louisiana, yeah. Yeah, he is French. Yeah, they do cook. You seen Ratatouille? Yeah, Tarconi he's even in the third one, and I don't even know what he does in that. I forgot. I haven't seen the third one in years. I rented it at Blockbuster like over 10 years ago, and I was like, this movie's awful. Why is it so boring? Why is this red-headed chick so annoying? Karen will never be a. Josh is just afraid for Karen to be in a movie like this or like a spy thriller because she's like, oh, she won't be protected. Yeah, she will. You don't need to put a bunch of CG and makeup on her face to make her special. Because I'm like, I want to see Karen's face more, not covered in makeup or an effect, or in the movie for 2 minutes like in Stuber. Stuber is one of the movies they wasted her in the most. She's with Batista again, and they're in one scene together, and that's it. Waste. It was a waste. Even Spies in Disguise, that's the closest she got to a spy thriller, but it's for kids. It was an animated film. She should have done more. She played a scientist. I forgot what she did in the film. You can make her memorable, guys. The Jumanji sequels prove that, and Doctor Who, when the seasons that she was in with Matt Smith. But the thing is, she's not going to go for Doctor Who because you got David Tennant. She didn't work with him, and the last Doctor Who was a woman. Who, let's face it, they did that as a gimmick. All the doctors were male, and then out of nowhere, oh, let's put this female doctor. There are female doctors. I know that, but not Doctor Who. It's like a female Bond. It's not going to happen. I know this guy. I've seen him in a lot of movies. Take that. Yep. Again, Statham's Legs of Doom, man. He can kick you like a ballerina does a twirl, man. Mm-hmm. A syringe. Saline, yeah. When they injected me last year with the COVID vaccine and the flu shot, yeah, it hurt a little bit, but again, I'm feeling a lot better compared to Saturday. I was really drained. I was lightheaded for like 3 days straight. I feel great now. I was a little sunburned, but I'll recover. It wasn't that bad. On Friday is going to be 94, so I have to wear sunscreen everywhere and reapply and reapply and reapply until it gets nighttime. At least I'm going to be indoors. Well, not indoors, but I'm not going to be outside cooking in a beach somewhere. Also, there's no subtitles. And Tarconi wasn't even in the fourth movie. He was just did the first three films, and that was it. He said on an iPod. I remember those in the 2000s. At least today I can relax after this podcast. I don't have to go out in that sun. No, Jason Fleming. First thing I saw him in was the Jungle Book in the 90s. Still very interesting. And there's another legendary scene with Kate in this movie that you will remember forever. If you're a man, yeah, you'll remember it. Plus, Jason Fleming is the only actor in this movie faking an accent. Everybody else's accent is real. Jason Statham, Kate Nauda, the Italian dude, Alessandro. Yeah, they're all, and the French guy too. Yeah, basically, this is a European's take on an action film, which is fine. At least they don't rush. They don't make the movie too long. Because movies nowadays, they need to be shorter. I don't care if it's directed by an Asian, a black man, a white woman, a German director or an Italian director. Make the movie shorter, please. Action movies do not need to be 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's why I haven't seen John Wick 4 yet, because it's just too long. It's the longest in the franchise. What is John Wick 5 going to be? Or the TV show, which they're doing, a Continental. Each episode is going to be 3 hours? No, thank you. Make it an hour at the longest. Do not make it longer than that. Please. There's a chase scene on foot. Wow, you're rude. A pregnant woman. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare harm a pregnant woman. Yeah. Those women are heroes to me. Women that create life are heroes to me, that will keep the baby and not abort it. They said they give it for adoption if they don't want to have the baby. I get it. That's awesome. That's cool. See, there's actual women in this movie. You don't say. There's no woman for me to look at in Oppenheimer. You got two Bintos who I don't care for. Nolan, I'm sorry. That's not how I roll. If you know me for 10 years on YouTube, it's just, these women, most of them just don't do a thing for me. I feel nothing. They give me nothing, so I feel nothing. Karen is not a Binto. She's from Scotland. He was also an X-Men First Class, but we don't talk about that, Jason Fleming. They're really going to jump the hole. That's great. See, that's how you do it, Transporter Refueled. Statham, they really did that stunt. What do you think of Megan Fox? Again, not a fan now. She ruined her face with surgery, and she's going to be in Expendables 4. At least that woman didn't get hurt. Yeah, squish his brains. Squish his brains. Yeah, that hurts. Trust me, if someone stabs you with a needle in the leg, you're going to feel it for days. That's saline, dude. And Statham always keeps that same, tough face. Did he just take that guy's pants off? He took his belt off? Yeah, that was weird. That was really random. Yeah, that was the one scene I can't really justify. That's why when I went to see any over 2-hour PG-13 movies in the theater with my sister, I was like, okay, movie, you can wrap this up. Exactly. I felt that this year with Mission Impossible, Guardians 3, and what else? I think that's it. And The Flash. Love The Flash, but it should have been shorter. You did not need that scene with the co-workers. They could have been cut. Iris, if you're not going to use her, cut her out of the movie. The CGI cameos, some of them I appreciated because I missed them, but some were not needed. Sorry. You're not going to be better than No Way Home. They did that practically. They actually had the actors there. Because think about it. In No Way Home, he had Daredevil, Matt Murdock. It was real. It was not CGI. You had, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. They were actually on screen, so I give them that. And even Venom and his dumb ace. At least he was there. It was Eddie Brock in Mexico drinking. He was actually on screen. It wasn't this CGI blob thing. I'm just tired of too much digital effects and everything. Yeah, every movie doesn't need to be 2.5 hours. Hopefully, with the Marvels, they will balance it out. 2 hours and 3 minutes, that's all you need. Let the director do her job. I know Amber's giving. This is Oscar worthy compared to Haley Atwell. Haley Atwell does nothing, and if you dare steal, if she steals the next movie from freaking Rebecca Ferguson, I will condemn you. Because I'm like, yeah, writer strike, yeah, actor strike, because you get actors that can't act and writers who can't write. That's why this happens. There's a little boy. See, she has those motherly instincts, and that's sexy. Haley Atwell ain't no mother. She's not even dating anybody. She ain't got no child. What child is going to want a face like that? I know that's harsh, but I don't care. There we go. Yeah, you don't need to make movies that long. This movie is a breeze to get through. It's still as energetic as the first film and shorter, which makes it even more lenient. It's not a drag on my shoulders. If I do the John Wick movies, I'm starting from the beginning because the first one is nice and short at an hour and 40 minutes, not 2 hours and 40 minutes. These movies just drag and they don't need to be that long. Most movies are, yeah, Quantumania was long, but was it 2.5 hours? No. You know, this is what happened when people got COVID. They have to be isolated. Also, when I got my first COVID test in my nose 2 years ago, it was like being in a bubble. It was like in ET, the scene where Elliot and ET are in the hospital, whatever. Yeah, that scene or something like that. Yeah, when they put them in a hospital bed, it's like that. That's awesome. That's great. Again, there's the oil again. Remember the first movie, the chocolate syrup? That's great. He's hitting him with what is that, a coconut? Yeah, green coconuts without the shell. Yep, a wrestling move. Wow. I miss movies like this. A 90-minute action movie. That's all you need. You don't need 4 hours. Get to the point a lot faster in 2 hours or less and without interference, and you can make the movie work. If Dune Part 2 is 3 hours, it better be worth my 3 hours. Because if Lawrence makes a movie too long, you're going to pay. You always pay for your bad habits, Hollywood. I've seen Denis Villeneuve's movies, and not one of them has bored me to death. Not one. Arrival, Arrival was good. Loved Blade Runner 2049, and the first part of Dune. I didn't finish Sicario, but that's on Prisoners. Prisoners was a little bit long. That one could have been shorter. Yeah, he has the accent. He has the accent that Craven the Hunter's supposed to have. It was saline. Saline is not poisonous. It's not cyanide. So am I. Release the movie already. Stop the Meg 2. I want to see it in the theater. Why isn't it in Regal? Again, COVID. It's a virus. See, this talked about a virus 15 years before COVID hit. Even though there've been viruses in the world for centuries, since the Black Plague and all that. That's awesome. Yep, got him. It's a purple vaccine. When I got the vaccine, though, it didn't have a color. I think it was like clear. I'm glad it was because it saved me. I wanted to make it to the Mario movie, and I did. I saw all the movies in the theater I wanted to see. Meg 2 is the only one that I just, for some reason, it's not in the theater I want to see it in. Get it? Saved by the Bell. Yep, I'm gonna walk in the rain like John Wick. He's covered in blood. It's always good to change your shirt when it has blood on it. I know. I've been there. Mm-hmm. We're 57 minutes in. We're almost an hour in. We're almost done. Yeah, I know. Again, like COVID, I got that. It happened to me last year and my family. The vaccine. Yep, there's a vaccine. They gave it to me right in my arm, right here, on both of my right arms, because I want to live, guys. In case you don't notice, I want to live. I do complain a lot sometimes, but I want to live. There's things I want to do this year with the rest of 2023. I want to go on vacation. I want to kiss a girl again. I haven't done that in a long time. I want to go to Comic-Con again. I miss it. I love that atmosphere. It's not like nothing else. You go into that Q hall and you're in another world, and it's fantastic. It's my world of nerdism. Yeah, eat lamb, baby. I got vaccinated 3 times back in 2021. Now I'm safe. Yeah, good. Everybody should get it. They were putting when I went to on the way to Coney Island, they said get vaccinated. I'm like, I did already. You don't have to tell me twice. I got it 3 times, twice in 2021 and last year the booster shot. I got it in February because I want to live. I wasn't put on this earth to suffer as much, with viruses. And there goes the update. Sorry about that, guys. It happens every time. Hmm. Again, a lot of people got infected with COVID since 2019 in China. I'm just glad I'm never going to get COVID again because I'm like, no, I'm not licking toilets. I'm not touching people I don't know. I'm not putting things in my mouth that are in the floor. No, I want to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. This movie was ahead of its time. Yeah. A deadly virus, trust me, I know it's real. Don't think that this COVID thing is a conspiracy. It's not. Hmm. They're naked together for some reason. Hmm. That's the scene that probably was cut in the theatrical cut. Cellini. I never heard of somebody getting vaccinated and getting an allergic reaction. I'm like, yeah, sometimes they would, but if you can't get vaccinated, an hour and 3 minutes in. Hmm. Bumbleclot. Yes, there's a Jamaican in the movie. Again, they have the best accents. Tr- Trust me, and if this would happen again, I would be the first one vaccinated. 'Cause I was. Well, my dad was the first one, but also I was the first one of my two other siblings to get the vaccine because I'm not afraid. I've been getting I've been getting vaccinations for years since I went to college. I get the cold vaccination every year. I mean, not the cold, the flu shot. I have to. I want to be safe. I hate having a fever. It's terrible. It feels like your head is on fire. This is the third act. Mm, ass shot. See, you can't hide the female body, Kathleen Kennedy. It's a work of art, and you cannot cover art. Art is subjective, but art will always be art, no matter what you say. Yeah, that woman just is oozing sexuality, just like, my God. Hmm. And it's a simple plot; it doesn't get overly complicated. What do you see my DVD update next week or Blu-ray update? I'm gonna have a lot of Blu-rays. Yep, here we go. And while this isn't as violent as something like The Raid, it's still amazing that this movie, people forget that movies can be entertaining in under 2 hours. This movie is not like Doctor Strange 2, where the scenes that are not needed. Yeah, there's 3 scenes in that movie where it was not needed. The vomiting scene, because it's not funny, it's just kind of gross. The flashback with America Chavez's mother's, that wasn't needed. You don't need gay characters in a Marvel movie. And also the ending, there were some things in the ending I could have changed. Or also Captain Britain's cameo. That wasn't needed either. She can't act, guys. There's a reason she died twice in the MCU. That's right. Hit him with that pipe, Frank. Own them. They put a gay couple in a Marvel movie because of Disney. Blame them. Blame them for Multiverse of Madness as, gay couple and Eternals and freaking and Love and Thunder. It's not needed. No one was asking for gay characters. It's pandering, and you're gonna pay the piper for that. Because guess what? In some countries, you get executed for being gay. Yeah, executed, not arrested or hit. You get executed. Yeah, that's why I live in the U.S. where I'm free. I'm not gonna live a lie like that. You're safe now. I love it. Yeah, it's a stereotype, but again, he's not on screen too long. And it's not incredibly racist where they do it now. Nowadays, everything has to be about race. Why? Just make an entertaining movie or show and people watch it, regardless of race, color, or creed, or gender, or your sexuality. Just do a good story and we'll buy it. I saw Party Monster that had gay characters in it, but it was a good story. I'll give it that. It's not my subject matter because you know how I am, but I still like Macaulay Culkin's performance and Seth Green. That's awesome. Right in the nether regions. That's great. Get over here. See Mortal Kombat 2021, you can do fight scenes and have personality. That was what was missing in some of that movie. Kano had a personality, but it was too much for me. He was just mean, and then he dies, so he won't be back. Hopefully, the sequel will do it better. This is like the Spider-Man 2 scene with Doc Ock's arms, attacking all those nurses and doctors. Yeah, I could take this hat off. Did Spider-Verse have a gay character? No, because it's for kids. You don't need to pander. And while it is very black, the Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, hey, it is what it is. You have a Latino Spider-Man. It was inevitable. But nowadays with these other Marvel movies, you don't need it. It's not necessary. There's those sexy legs again. That is the hottest Victoria's Secret model I have ever seen in a movie. Your eyes are haunting. Rough. Oh, yes. Believe me, the pleasure is all mine, Kate. I don't know if I should shoot her or I'm turned on by her. Open fire or fall in love. Mm-hmm. That's great. She's swinging around like a Cirque du Soleil acrobat. That's awesome. That's why I use those Gal Gadot legs of yours. Because I told Josh, if Karen does a scene like this in any of these scenes, she's gonna make guys just pop like a cork in a bottle. Like, boom. Don't you want that? I do. Okay, now we get to the third act chase scene, and we get the vaccine, and everybody's fine except for the villain. There's there's the highway. That highway is really deep. It's like really wide. Yeah. Again, this is not realistic. It's a movie. I know that. There's things in this movie that they will put in Fast and the Furious, and in that, it looks a lot worse because it looks like a cartoon. This movie had data CGI, but it's not in the whole movie. When they're fighting, it's real. When he's jumping, is real. One problem I have with the movie, yeah, Tarconi doesn't really do much in this one, like in the first one, but it's still an awesome sequel. Like I recommend watching it, stream it. It's worth your time, guys. The third one is when it really takes a hit. See, look at that shot. You can see the cars. It's not covered in bad edits and shaky cam there. They don't have to shake the camera here. That's another trope I'm sick of. When they can't keep the camera steady on a steady cam, where you can see everything. Louis the Terrier knows how to keep a camera steady. If you've seen this movie or The Incredible Hulk, which he did a few years later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they stole this scene in the fourth movie. Yeah, and in I think Taken 3 and Fast and the Furious 6 again, because every action movie wants to be a cartoon now. You don't need to. If you're not a cartoon or Spider-Verse, just don't make it cartoonish. It's ridiculous. It takes me out of it. When you have like Vin Diesel's car can swing on a rope across a bridge, that's stupid. Even in a video game movie, I wouldn't buy that. Miami. It's funny. They're in Miami and yet there's not a word of Spanish in the movie, which is fine with me. I don't need it because, Die Hard 2 had a lot of that. Yep, broke your neck. Yeah, they use the word canceled. This movie is ahead of its time, guys. Cinema fan, if you haven't seen this film, see it. This is more relevant today than a lot of action movies that came out this year. Give me this any day over something like, well, what was a movie that came out, an action movie that was overly long? Not John Wick 4. I'm going to see that. Uh, Anything on Netflix. I'm not Extraction 2. I'm saying like some other generic movies on Netflix, or Ghosted, which is like an action comedy. Yeah, give me this any day over a movie like Ghosted, because at least this movie is competently made, and you care about Frank Martin's character. You care about what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's right in the meatballs. People saw me having a great time at when I saw Mario last night. Again, I was even singing the Peaches song. Why not? I got nothing to be ashamed of. The movie rocked my boat. I feel like action movies nowadays want to play too safe for kids just for no reason. John Wick is not for kids. The first movie was not for kids. His wife is dead, and they kill a puppy. That's not for kids. Any of them, or even Mission Impossible, not a kids movie. When they play it too safe, they mean some of these Marvel or DC movies. They try to be too goofy, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it does not. Again, the CGI is a bit dated in this movie. That's one of the things that I didn't mention in my review on Letterbox. That was awesome. No. This was a Mission Impossible Fallout, not the plane scene. Just see that plane looks fake. It looks like a Sharknado movie. But again, it was 2005, guys. Avatar didn't come out till 2009, and even that looks like it looks. While the effects people deserve all the credit for what they did, it still looks like a video game cutscene. All the Avatar movies are going to look like that. All of them. CGI cats for 3 hours. Big whoop. Gecko chop, baby. Yeah. Safety first. Plus, I care about these people. Matthew Modine, he's just there. A black nurse, yeah. Frank gave him some flowers. See, it's short movie. The movie's short. It doesn't need to take its sweet time. There's Tarconi. They're friends. They're not gay for each other. Some people had this fan theory. No, they're just friends. That's it. Good friend, or acquaintances, if you will. Friends or partners. There's the Jamaicans, yeah. So yeah, what more could one ask for, guys? Hmm. Here we go again. Unfortunately, the third one is really bad, so I will not be doing that one. That's it. An hour and 21 minutes. The film is dedicated in the memory of Michael Stone. Yeah, rest in peace, Michael Stone. But that was awesome. That was the most awesome 1 hour and 20 minutes I spent in an action movie in a while, man. I really miss when movies were this short because you don't need to overstay your welcome. If this was a Marvel movie or a DC movie or any John Wick film, it would be another hour added to it. You don't need it. I don't need 30 minutes of exposition. Oppenheimer doesn't need to be 3 hours. It could have been a mini series on Netflix in two parts, an hour and a half, an hour and a half. That could have worked. Instead, Nolan wants to put people to death. But hey, you got your wish, Nolan. You got another hit movie. But it's not going to make as much as The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises. That was awesome, man. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Be safe. And I won't be doing a podcast tomorrow. I need a break. So I'm going to try to make another podcast like this because it's a lot of fun. Love doing these. You guys make this journey worth it. So see you guys in the next one. And this is all.